fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Did we start?
Shit.
I don't know.
Oh, guys, we
I
already
feel like
started.
He did. I don't know.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Fuck That podcast with your lovely host, Jihan, Sabir, and my lovely myself, Ormash, and our lovely guest that I seduced to come here by offering him sweet flirtation, Mr. Todd Walker.
How we doing?
Welcome, Todd. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah, Todd is.
problem. How about I dare you guys to just take a big sniff of this cover.
I will do
Never.
no such thing.
Never.
Why don't you
Put your
guys
nose
switch
on
the
it.
covers? I'm probably
We
gonna
gotta
buy
spray
some and
'em.
bring our own, eh?
Yeah. Or spray
We
it.
should. What color do you want, or
I'm
I'll get a
already
special ones.
diseased.
Do you want to get gold ones?
I don't need.
Big red ones.
No, that's gross.
Why?
It reminds me of clowns, and remember what happened
The
last
last
time.
clown. Oh my God.
I
So
was
let's
here.
just do a recap. Guys, if any of you we probably don't know, Todd is usually over there in the back orchestrating this whole thing with Brett and
Right.
Wait.
Punching in numbers.
punching in the numbers.
More like watching football.
Watching
And it has
football.
been my wet dream to have him on the
Wet dream.
podcast.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you're
I like
gonna,
the sound of that.
oh my
It's
God.
better she's
How
wet
about-
than not,
How
right?
about you calm the fuck down?
Better
Todd,
wet
okay?
than not.
Oh my God.
I'm chill.
We already started good.
I don't even know,
so
Brett.
I'm trying to
Brett
do.
didn't say. What if we're just talking to ourselves?
Oh,
Did you already start it?
Oh, thank you,
Hey.
Brett.
You started it already? Okay.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
already-
hilarious if we're just talking to ourselves.
I already said welcome. Should we do it again?
No, we're going. But what if we weren't? That would be great.
This is what
Yeah,
happens when you give a bunch of comics some
Yeah,
microphones.
choo
and some.
choo. Who just came in?
So just to recap,
The
for,
clown.
For those of you, we had we record 2 podcasts a night here, and on that evening we had 2 guests. One of them was the lovely Kia. What is her last name? Stevens. Shit. Let's recap again.
Why do you have to say? You said her last name. It's fine. Continue on. I'm not
Okay.
editing this.
Okay.
It's going out as is.
Yes, her name's Kia Stevens.
Stevens. I know. I remember Kia because I like her.
Yes.
And the last guest we had was a drag queen
Yeah, Selena Estetis.
dressed as a
Titties?
clown,
Mhm.
and she did a tribute to It, the movie It.
Pennywise. You're right.
Little did we know, Kia had a clown phobia.
She asked if her husband put us up to this. I was like, bitch, I've never talked to your husband. What are you saying? You think I would orchestrate this whole thing to scare your ass on my podcast?
Cause the clown,
I'm not even that person.
they came and there's a little window here, and they just wanted to say hi, but they kind of came like this with the
They, as in
balloon.
one.
What I don't know. What do you mean? I'm trying to be respectful.
you're right.
It's a female, it's a male, and it's a clown.
Yeah. it
That's
is.
a
Well,
they.
it's a
Yeah.
female impersonator. He's a man. He's definitely a man.
I don't know. I'm trying to be respectful. I don't know. I say they.
Impersonating.
Yeah, he's impersonating
He's
a woman.
Female pretender,
Oh my
basically.
Ah,
Are you gonna edit that one, Jahan?
I'm
Are you gonna
editing-
edit that one? We're
No.
fucked if you don't.
I'm editing
The
nothing.
entire transactional community, transgender community.
See, you already saying it wrong.
You know what? I made them Jewish.
Such
I
a
was like
transactional.
transsexual, but what if they're transactional?
Yeah, they do swipe.
Some are
and
like
they
anyone else.
Oh my God. So Kia sees this, and all of a sudden, she loses.
She starts chucking water bottles.
She chucked the mic stand with
Then
the
she
mic
chucked
in
the
it.
mic stand. Her mic, by the way. Thank God she didn't take mine. Goddamn. She started gripping my arm so tight. I was like, "What is happening?"
That woman left so fast. I was trying to say goodbye. I
She
was like,
screamed
"Kia,
on the
goodbye."
way out.
She was scared to death.
She was so
to death.
scared. I was like, "Girl, how are you so scared of clowns?"
Yeah, she's a pro wrestler, right? She
should
was
re-
talking about her training too. It was perfect timing.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we know how to
not-
beat her in a wrestling match.
Just dressed up as a clown, but Kia,
Can you
we
imagine,
apologize.
like,
We never
a
knew.
clown
We didn't
theme
plan
wrestler
it.
comes out, and then
And
she's
she's
like, "Fuck that!" Holy shit!
Kia, we deeply apologize. We swear we had no.
No,
plan.
I
There
was not
no
trying
plan.
to do that. I'm not a reality show
I don't
producer.
even know your husband, and I don't. I would
Why
call.
would I do
and-
that?
Yeah, and to be honest, they kind of scared me too when they came down. I was
Why'd
like,
you do this?
Because
See, now what's today?
that's the pronoun where we chose to use.
That's the pronoun y'all chose to use. I
Listen,
know the person.
I'm trying to be respectful.
He's
I don't
my
know.
friend.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that shit was funny. Yeah, they got scared. I wasn't scared. I'm not scared of clowns, but I was just like, what is happening?
I started screaming to sympathize with her. I was like, "Wah, wah."
No, what it is, it's just scary to see someone not who they are. And if they're a clown, it's even scarier. You
Yeah.
know?
And
Just
they were a
anyone in
good
makeup.
clown.
Because when
Let's show a picture of the clown real quick. You have to edit this in here or here.
Okay.
It's not
Or here,
gonna
or
be.
here, or
it-
here, or
n-
here.
It's not.
It's a clown. It's a scary clown with a balloon.
spooky.
Spooky.
I posted. I have. Yeah. Okay. I did put the clown picture in the episode with Kia.
Well, we need it in this episode, the audience.
I
You
can
know,
put
like
it in this one
we want.
too.
If you want, we want to be a good podcast.
Yeah.
You know
it'll
how
be-
Joe Rogan, he has a successful podcast. He brings out pictures all the time to the screen.
No, but he does it live. Like he does it up on the screen. It's not like in
Mm.
post. But no, we'll put it here. Okay. It'll be
Where?
up. It'll be up here.
There.
Yeah.
That'd be
Because there's
cool.
nothing over here. It's
We
dead
should put
space.
it on Todd's face.
I mean, if you guys pay me right, I'll do it for you. But you know,
Okay.
no one's
No
one's
paying
paying
me.
you.
I think okay, you're at
Look at this guy.
you're at a 10,
Does,
Todd.
he,
I
does
need
this
you
look
at
like
a 2.
the? Does this look
Okay.
like the man
Alright.
you should pay to do anything? No,
We
I
don't
am.
pay Todd well, but
we don't
did-
pay Todd at all. I just want to make that
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right,
Good.
all right. How was your week, Todd?
It was all right.
Yeah.
It's the longest week of my life, honestly.
Why? It just started.
No, like because I leave on Wednesday to go back home on vacation,
Mhm.
and just from Wednesday to this Wednesday has just been so fucking long. It feels like it's been like a month in 1 week, and I'm ready to go home
Oh,
and get
Oh.
away from all this shit
that's
for a little bit.
nice.
That's
yeah.
nice.
My little brother just had a little baby.
Oh, that's exciting.
ready to see a
Babies are
little
always fun
baby?
to
Yeah.
go back to.
Yeah,
Something fresh. They smell good too.
yeah.
Sniff the top of
Jahan,
his
you
head.
gotta relax.
No, that's a thing. People sniff babies' heads. Is that not a thing, Todd?
That's the
I
thing.
saw a
I
video.
kind of want to sniff the baby.
He does. He wants to sniff the baby's
But
head.
there's a little ceremony before you sniff a baby. You should go up to a baby and sniff the baby. You have
Yeah,
to
you
talk to
do.
the you have to schmooze the mother or whatever's
No, that's
holding
his
the
nephew.
baby.
He gets the.
It's
Oh,
my
that's-
nephew, okay, little
I
Aviana.
can sniff it.
I'm gonna
I'm not
sniff
talking
it.
about rant. Do not go up to strange babies and sniff their head. Okay.
I saw
PSA.
a video about that once where she sniffed it.
Your
Don't do
audience
that.
will definitely go and sniff.
At
What
the
are your
baby.
baby
At least
sniffer?
know the parents. You know. At least know one parent. I should
Oh.
say.
I would like if I had a baby. I wouldn't want any. What is this fucking cocaine? What are you sniffing my baby? What
They
are you trying
smell
to get
like
out of
new
it?
humans. It's like new car smell.
Speaking of
Don't
babies,
sniff the youth out of my baby.
No, you can't sniff the youth out of them, but it can give you a little inspo.
speaking of babies, I came across this thing recently where it's like this thing I've been thinking about, and I'll run it by you guys real quick. So, back when I was living at this place that didn't have a washer and dryer, I had to do my laundry at a laundromat. You
Mhm.
know, it sucks.
Yeah.
And so I would bring my clothes there, and for some reason there was always little Mexican babies running around and shit.
Yeah.
And
Sounds right.
and
Mexicans. I'm wearing a Selena shirt. Go ahead.
so
Wait. There were Mexican baby running around.
running around, acting all wild and shit. And
Yeah, they're trying to look for a job.
so I saw
That's
them.
silly.
a
They already
bunch of
have
them-
a job.
so listen to this. A bunch of them, or one or two of them, they were like running around, and they run and they see like crumbs on the floor, like dirty crumbs that's been sitting there, and they start eating the crumbs.
That sounds right.
And like I didn't know what to do.
Babies eat crumbs all the time.
But it's it was like
The
dirty,
dirty laundry
fucking
mat
laundry
floor.
mat floor
Did you
crumbs.
tell 'em to
Oh.
stop?
And I didn't know if I should or if I should intervene or if I should say, hey, don't fucking eat that. Those kids definitely got sick. after that.
Oh.
For
yeah,
sure.
no, I would have told them to
but
stop
I
eating
didn't.
them.
I ran it through my head, and I was like, am I gonna look like an asshole if I just go up to this
No,
woman's
not at
kids
all.
and I'm like, hey, don't eat that. Drop that
Well,
out
don't
of your
say it
hand
like
now.
that.
That's what you got to do.
No, I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, no.
I will do it
Don't
straight
do
away.
that.
I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing with those
So
crumbs?
I
Take
let
the
him-
crumb
Like,
I
off.
let him
hey,
eat
don't
the
eat the,
crumbs.
I
Take
said,
the
don't eat the
crumb.
crumbs off the floor.
What do you
It's
take the
dirty.
crumb? I talk to little kids like they're adults,
No,
like,
that's
and
how you're
like I'm
supposed
on
to
a
talk to
hot
kids.
freeway. You know?
Yeah.
What are you
Well, no,
doing?
not like that.
That's what
but-
I would have done.
You're supposed to talk to kids like anyone else. Don't patronize
No, that's what
them.
I would have done. I would have went, hey, don't eat that. But I was like, do I do that or do I just
No, you say,
mind my
hey,
own
guys,
business?
you probably shouldn't eat those crumbs off the floor. Okay? Don't eat it.
Yeah,
love it.
I've
I
done
don't
that.
know.
I had a kid come up to me once on the beach. There was this kid, and he was crying. He was crying for his mom. And there was, like, no adult around. And then his sister kept fucking bugging him. She was older, and she kept, like, and he was like, leave me alone. He was, like, 3. And she was, like, maybe 5 or 6. And she was just like, meh, meh, meh. And he was like, no. I was like, hey.
Is it different though if a
Where's
woman
your
does
fucking
it?
parent?
But is it different if a woman does it than if a man does
It is a slightly different.
Right.
But that's why you have to choose
Because if
your
I went up to
tone.
the kids, it was like, hey.
No, that's why
don't do
that tone is wrong. You have to do a softer tone.
What's the
but
tone?
not
But
too
then,
soft.
yeah, and then you do too
I don't
soft, and
have
then
a
it's like,
soft tone.
hey.
It's not about you. Not you. You're a woman. I'm
Oh.
talking about him.
Yeah.
I'm like getting upset.
He would have to do.
Yeah.
It'd have to
If
be
I
a
was
nice
like,
medium
hey,
tone.
Don't pick on your brother. Be nice to him.
That sounds like a child
That
rapist.
sounds like a child rapist.
That's too soft.
So I would have to let
You have to find. Listen,
A
Todd,
medium?
you have to find the
There's a
medium.
Be like,
between-
hey.
Try that.
No, I feel like the
He's like,
harder
try that.
I feel like the harder you are, the less child rapist you seem like, and I think that's the better way to do
You
it.
think so?
The what
Yeah.
the
I don't
older
know.
you
A
are.
You
lot
wanna
of
be
child rapists
as
were
least-
coaches. And
Why are we-
coaches are coaches are
Oh,
hard.
true.
It's true.
But in the moment they're
Sandusky's.
soft. In the moment they're probably soft. In the
Ooh,
moment
they
they're
really
like, hey,
fucked that
hey.
family name, huh? The Sandusky family.
I
Shit.
feel like none of these
Sandusky.
episodes will be aired anywhere now. We're talking about child raping. What is this?
We're not talking about child rape. We're talking about how to not be a child rapist. Or
Oh,
yeah.
sound like one.
Try the good
Right.
tone now. Try the good tone.
What's the situation?
Hey, don't lift the crumbs.
Oh, jeez, don't eat the
What?
Why are you saying oh so much?
What
Oh,
are you-
don't eat the
He became Jewish. Oy vey. Don't
No,
eat-
that sounds like you're
come on.
orgasming.
Just,
Oh, don't eat the.
That sounded Jewish to me.
No, I don't want to sound like an orgasm when I'm talking.
Don't
to
say
kids either.
so much. Children won't respect you.
No, try that without the just the tone.
Don't eat the crumbs. What are you doing?
Okay, that's better.
That's,
a little
that's
bit.
a good medium tone.
yeah,
actually,
that's a little bit Italian. What
That
are you
was
doing?
it.
What are
I
you
know he
doing?
became Italian again because apparently everyone in Jersey is Italian.
Yeah.
I don't
Don't
think
eat
that's
the
true.
fucking thing.
What? Everyone from New Jersey is
I
Italian.
have many
You never
family-
met Joey Diaz? He's
Yeah,
not really
but
Cuban. He's lying.
My entire
Diaz.
He's like Coco.
Puerto Rican. Or is he?
No,
Cuban,
he's
right?
Cuban. Jesus Christ. I literally just said Cuban, and he's like, he's Puerto Rican.
yeah, Todd. You know,
I think he is Puerto Rican.
No, he's Cuban. He's from Cuba.
I
How
like
the hell did he get over here from Cuba?
His mom brought his ass here.
He swam
in the
over?
plane.
In the plane,
You
the
can't fly
plane.
over from
You know
Cuba?
what she sounds like? Do you know that one? Fantasy Island? The
What?
plane, pasta plane.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That guy killed
The
himself.
plane. Oh yeah, they made a movie about him. Peter
Did they?
Dinklage played him. Yeah.
Why did
Uh-huh.
Peter Dinklage play him? He's white.
Yeah. Well,
Because he's the famous
that's
little
Hollywood.
person?
Yeah. They couldn't find another one.
They got a white guy to play a brown person.
Dude,
Sure.
I was at a cruise ship, and they had this sing play thing, song play. What do you call a play where everybody sings all the time?
A
Karaoke.
musical.
A musical. I'm sorry, I'm hungover. Okay.
He's like karaoke.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pull over
Karaoke.
the foreign
Karaoke.
card because that was just too dumb of me. So I'm sorry for being dumb. It was a musical, and they had one of the parts where
Hold on. Or is like playing footsies with me over
I
here.
told you
don't
I'm
know
gonna
why she's
try to
doing
flirt a
this,
little bit.
But all right, continue.
I don't like this because I'm the third person out, and I don't. That's not me.
Todd, just go with the flow, all right?
Yeah,
just
continue,
shut the
continue.
fuck up and let me flirt a little bit with my leg. This is how I flirt. I just kick him.
In the shit.
No, I'm kidding.
all
so they
bruised
had
up,
this
leg
oh my
hickeys.
God. Leg kicking. Sometimes
Go
when
ahead.
I try to tell a guy I like him, I beat him up a little bit.
But what were you
I
saying
like
about the
it.
musical?
What do you think about that, Tad?
I like it.
Okay, well, I didn't beat you up
You
yet.
can try to
so-
beat me up, though.
No, I didn't. I
know.
didn't. I don't want
Some
to.
SM
I'm not trying to be
I
too
don't
obvious.
need like the
I'm
sadomasochistic
trying to
stuff
keep
shit.
the mystery
I just
going.
wanna. Okay,
Oh my God.
what were you
Alright.
saying about the musical? I'm curious because I'm into that. I like
Yeah, what
musicals.
were you
The
saying?
I used to
musical-
do them.
Yeah. So they had a few segments
Mm-hmm.
that are clearly African American culture songs. I am
Yeah,
from
because
Israel.
they're the best ones.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
like what? Was it like, I like basketball?
No, they had the no. They
What?
had they no. They had
Like,
the
what do
choir
you
at the
mean?
they had like a
It was
choir
like
at the back.
gospel?
It was a gospel theme thing. It was obviously a black.
There's always a
song.
gospel number, and most musicals have a gospel number.
And all the people there were white and some Russians. And
On
the
a cruise? There was
this
no-
cruise,
they
and this
didn't get-
lead singer was white, and I had there was it wasn't
what
like
cruise
there was
line
no
was this?
it was Royal Caribbean,
That's weird. I've auditioned for them several times.
and they didn't get it, huh?
well, the casting
because they got
director's
open
black,
mic.
actually. That's why I'm like, what?
Yeah, the casting director is black. I didn't get it yet. I didn't get it also why it was happened that way. But they may be immigrants or something like that. They're like there is diversity there. But the thing is they were not
Yeah,
African American
White
ladies.
diversity. Oh, Europeans.
Dude, there was a family of African Americans next to me. They were all like because the songs were so they lacked so much like soul and spirit and groove
Yeah.
that they
That's why white people are upset, because they have no soul. And they want one. That's their quest. That's why they keep murdering groups of people, because they have no soul. They're searching for their soul. It's really a story. It's really a coming of age story. The
Are
white,
there white people?
the white plight. Are the white people what?
You don't need no soul. What do you need a soul for? When you die, you're just in the dirt anyway.
Yeah.
Who the fuck did you just become?
This is me. I'm out now. All right?
Oh my
I
god!
feel like this podcast is deteriorating.
No, it's
from,
amazing.
Uh,
Royal
ba- ba-
Caribbean,
not how to
who
not
will definitely
molest
not
babies.
be our sponsor,
to,
because they clearly
white
don't.
people have no soul and they're
Apparently they
murdering
don't-
everybody.
And apparently Royal Caribbean does not hire black people.
And Royal Caribbean.
Really?
By the way, I shouldn't even say that because I'm trying to be a comedian there, so I can't shit on the Royal Caribbean if I'm
You're
trying to be a
trying
comedian.
to be a comedian on
Okay,
Royal?
so this is what
Is
happened.
that a cruise
I'll tell
ship?
you what
Yeah,
happened.
it's a
I
cruise.
was on my mother's. It was her birthday,
Mhm.
and her boyfriend had an idea. We'll surprise her at the comedy club, and I'll ask if I could do like a 3-5 minute set. It's just like a short set or
You
whatever.
think that and did that work?
No, so he went to the guy and he suggested, and of course they were like, listen, we have a liability. We're the Royal
Right.
Caribbeans. We can't just hire a
There's a
comic. We don't know what
liability.
she's gonna talk about. We gotta see
Ye-
these things in advance. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. If I can't be a comedian at the comedy club, I'm gonna be a comedian everywhere else. So I just dressed up as my character, the Shelby character, and wherever my mom went, I would just like fuck with the people, and made sure that wherever she goes, she's gonna laugh her ass off. I have it all on tape. Until at the end, the head of the entertainment offered me a job.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he
A
said
job of what?
to be a comedian on the ship. He said send a tape.
And did you?
Did
Send
you?
a tape. No,
You get paid
because
that cash?
no, I didn't send a tape because
You're scared.
no, I just all the tapes that I saw, I was like, I don't know if it's because I'm not a dirty comic, but I do drop the F-bomb here and there on the set, and I didn't know if like I should just tape.
You're not
up.
a clean comic.
Yeah, but I'm not like that dirty either. But like I do drop some curses here and there. Not much. It was like 2 F-bombs in 10 minutes.
But
Is
you
that a
know,
lot?
being dirty is not only just
I don't think so.
language; it's subject matter.
Oh, nah, this was fine. Talking about the bullshit. It's
You're
fine.
not allowed to curse.
I didn't know what I should send him, so
It
I never
depends on
sent him
which
nothing. The story of my career.
Which club you're in on the cruise
gotta
ship? Because they
send
have
it.
a cruise ship.
Yeah.
So on the Royal, I took a Royal Caribbean cruise too. They have like club that's like earlier, and they invite families, and then they have like a late night one.
Yeah, the late night they were dirty on there.
Yeah, you can do what you want, but
Sounds fun.
I
It's
don't
good
know if
money.
I want to
It's
be
good
a
money.
cruise.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
sounds
think I would
fun.
want to be a cruise comedian.
I feel like, but that's the question.
I
When
want
you
to work
go-
on a cruise ship. I want to make that clear. I do want to work on a cruise ship, but I want to work on a cruise ship doing singing. They They-
Whoa.
it's more fun for me. I would hate being a cruise ship comedian because that shit fucking sucks. Like, and then people come up to you with their cheesy fucking like, oh, you should put this in your act.
Yeah, there's nowhere to run.
And there's nowhere to work out material. Where are you gonna work out?
You don't need to work out anything. You already got the job.
Well, because you're doing the same.
Thing's over.
No,
I enjoyed the cruise ship. It was nice.
it's cool.
You're so lazy. You just eat and go to the beach.
That's what it's
Sounds
for. It's
pretty
for
dope.
fat,
So
lazy
nice.
Americans.
Sounds pretty dope.
It's so nice. I had
You
such
haven't
a
been
good
on a
time.
cruise yet?
No, I haven't.
You know, cruises are weird because you're like on a giant thing floating in the middle of the
Yeah.
ocean. That shit could go down at any time, but somehow it doesn't, and
Yeah, my father.
it's good.
He has bad seasickness, so we
Oh.
never. I never went as a kid, and then I was like, and the way he describes his seasickness is like, I don't want to experience that at all. Where he's just like,
Is he the white one?
Yeah, and he's just like, I just end up.
What do you
like,
mean? Is he
just
the white one? Do you
puking.
have a black one?
No, he's
No,
mixed.
yeah, my
Oh.
mom's Asian.
Oh, nice,
She's an Asian lady.
nice.
At least you got the height, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not too short for an Asian lady. Her sisters are very short, little Asian people.
What's
It's kind of weird when you think about when I think about it. I have
What is it?
Little
Filipino?
Thai.
Thai.
Well,
Actually, Laotian.
My real question
Oh, the
is,
ocean.
how Asian are you down there, though?
See, now you're bringing up dicks. I didn't.
Hey!
I did not bring up dicks. I just
No,
want
I'm
to.
kidding. I'm kidding,
state
Todd.
the
I'm
sh-
kidding. We're
For
not
the
gonna
record.
harass you anymore on the
I
podcast.
know. We do not ask their guests how big their dicks are.
I'm sorry. I had to ask.
I
shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I
I'll
know.
tell you how
She'll
big
feel
my
it on
dick
her
is.
leg in a little bit.
6.75.
Oh my
You know
God.
what I'm saying?
My dick is 6.75. I'll tell you mine.
You're like, it's not my leg, you're on.
6.75.
That's funny.
It's in my drawer.
What?
What's the ideal size?
My vibrator.
Oh, I thought something.
The
else.
ideal size
For
for
a-
me is
um,
6.75.
That's ideal for on a man or as a toy?
Both.
As both?
It fits perfectly in the mouth and the vagina.
Oh.
This
Anything
podcast will
above
never
that?
be clean. It will
Oh.
never be clean.
Listen,
It's called Fuck
well, you
That
know,
Podcast.
I
average-
know, but
I have
You
no
know?
interest in being clean. I'm clean all day with children. So so I think average male genitalia is supposed to be like 6.
Yeah, 6
6
to 7.
Yeah, it's like 6 point something, maybe like 6.5 ish. And I had a guy who was like slightly under that, and it was pretty good. Like that was a pretty good dick, but like I
But
recently had
over.
someone who's over, yeah, and it's hard. It's doable, but it's difficult.
What?
He's above average.
that sounds great to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't understand. I thought the
understand.
bigger is the better.
No, not always. I don't think people understand that your vagina is only so deep. It's only so deep and it's only so wide.
Eh.
It's not
Yeah.
unlimited space in there, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
It's a limited space.
It's very limited space.
I feel like this conversation is going good.
Oh, but that's why you have to go in and out because it's just too much.
You can't just leave it in there.
Ow!
You can't
and
park
mix
it.
it around.
It's not a parking space.
No, my friend told me she went out on this date and she was like, he was like, it's really big, and she was like, okay, like, I'll try it.
Sweet.
And she's like,
Wait, what happened? You told her some?
no, this is not me. This is my friend.
Okay.
And she goes, they start going, and she said she started screaming, and not the good kind.
That sounds dope.
Damn.
Yes. She was like, ah!
And he was probably like, dude, yeah, I'm crushing it right now. Fuck yeah.
She's like, get the fuck off me. She was
Yeah.
bleeding.
Duh.
Yeah. It can get dangerous.
It's just extra. If blood is nature's extra lubricant.
Yeah, tell that to dudes who don't want to fuck on the period. Yo, period fucking is a weird thing, right? Like, it's not really a weird thing, but like people have like strong feelings about it. I have no interest in doing it because I just don't feel like doing it when I'm on my period. But there
Right.
was this one time I was with this dude, and it was like
And it
toward
was
the
dope?
end. No, listen, it was like toward the end of the cycle. But we were like making out, and I was like, hey, I'm on my period. And he was like, what the fuck does that mean? And I was like, oh, okay. And then he fucked me. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Yeah.
I feel like guys don't care.
Oh,
Some
I
guys
care.
don't care.
I don't.
But,
I never.
but if you're
I
wearing
never
a
and I
condom,
don't
it's
like
fine,
it.
right?
No.
Why?
I don't
It's
like
extra
it.
lubricant. You're right.
No.
It's just extra wet. You'll slip right
Oh,
in.
no,
No.
that shit's disgusting.
And then it crusts up all around you.
Why would it
Ah.
crust? It's not
Because it
crusting.
goes, yeah,
Why
but it
do
dries
they-
up.
No.
Why do we bring this
When
subject up?
It's probably lighter when you're actually fucking. It's not so heavy. The blood is
But
already
you have to
clotted.
fish it out. You have to take out the pond.
Could we stop? Could we just
First-
stop?
And
No,
if,
but you're
if
wearing a
that's
condom.
the foreplay, you have to take. So you leave the pond in there.
Wait, she made you take the
No.
tampon off?
She wouldn't have
Don't
the
you have to?
tampon in there before you fuck. She would
Yeah, so you
take
have
her
to take it
tampon.
out.
No, she would
You
take her
had
own.
to take it out?
Why would you do that?
That
She
is
would
a
take
sick
her own.
thing to ask for somebody.
She would do it
Hey,
herself.
we're gonna have sex, but can you take this tampon
No,
outside
she's
of
like,
my
take it out with your teeth.
No, you just you're going down.
No, I'm not. And you're pulling the tampon out.
And you go, wait, what is this?
You just pull it out, just
What is this? A little.
slightly, gently remove it.
What is the thing on the doll where you pull in it?
Yeah, the
says it
string, the
knows?
drawstring, the drawstring.
Oh my god.
Hey, there's a snake in my boot.
Look at my boot. Like, oh,
Ah,
stick it to the wall.
Oh, I
like
love
pasta.
like pasta. Or those sticky hands used to get in your party gifts.
Jesus Christ. Can we change the subject, please?
What, you don't like
Please.
period? See, that's what I told you. People have strong reactions to period sex.
I don't
yeah,
like
I
it.
don't. I'm not with it.
I'm indifferent.
I could wait.
I can wait too.
I could
Actually,
wait.
I can wait for a lot of things.
I'm a
But
very patient man.
that's good.
Okay.
Me too. That must be your Thai side.
Yeah, it is from my mom. I do get that from my mom.
Oh, you
My mom
Thai?
is very patient.
Where the
I
fuck
love-
have you been? I mean,
He
Laos.
said Asian. He said
But
Asian.
then he said, I said Filipino, and he said no, Thai. Well,
I
actually,
didn't listen. I'm
Laotian.
sorry. I thought about
Replay it,
something
run it
and I
back.
didn't
It's
listen.
okay, cool.
I
yeah,
love
I just
Thailand.
totally quoted
I've
it.
never been there.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where
Me
are you
neither.
from?
I heard
Like,
it's cool.
did you?
Laotian, actually.
They
Oh,
they
really?
There's a
migrated to
whole
because of
Crazy
the war.
story. Yeah,
I have
could tell
friends
the
like
story.
that.
I could tell you the story. It's
wanna
pretty
hear it.
crazy. So my grandfather and my mom's family, they lived in like a village in
Mhm.
Laos
Mhm.
during the Secret War, the war you're probably talking about. The Secret War was a war like while the war in Vietnam was going on, but like the US was dropping like so many bombs on Laos, just like dropping tons of bombs on them, and nobody knew. And it was like there was no media coverage on it.
Oh my god.
And there's still like till this day like a bunch of like unblown up bombs like still all over Laos
Oh
where
my
kids are
God.
going playing and they're like, oh, what is this? And they're like touching this thing and it just blows up in their face. And it's crazy. And Barack Obama was the only sitting president to ever visit Laos and be like, hey, we're gonna clean this up because that's kind of fucked up for us to do that. Only one, by the way. Anyway, so during the Secret War, it was like against communism, you know, and all this. So America sent CIA agents out to Laos to recruit a lot of the Laos villagers to spy on Laos to see like where like all the communist parties are going and where like the forces are and shit. And my grandfather was one of those people.
Oh, that's dope.
And so, yeah, but like he was considered like a traitor to his, you know,
Right,
because
right.
America like is fucking bombing them.
So he had to flee.
But yeah, but he was just like, you know, he was just like, I don't want to like live in this shit. I want to get the fuck out of here. So he made that choice. He did it, and my parents and my family became like refugees in Thailand. So they had to
Mhm.
live in like a refugee camp in Thailand, and
A lot of people went to
after a
Thailand.
while-
The Vietnamese too.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and after a while, in the refugee camp, they got my grandfather got like a sponsor from this guy in America in New Jersey. name's
Of
Gary
course, and they
Woodward.
never fucking
Yeah,
moved.
and they shipped this whole my mom has 5 sisters and 1 brother, or 4 sisters and 1 brother, and so there's 6 of them.
Oh wow.
And shipped the whole family over to this fucking white guy's house, nicest guy on earth. Like when I was a kid, I never, because no one in the family knew he was working with the CIA. By the way, we didn't find this out until after my grandfather died. After he died, he like these soldiers came into his hospital room with like American flags,
Mhm.
And my mom was like, what the hell's going on here? And they're like, you got the wrong room. Like, what are you bringing this in here? He was like, no, your father actually, like, he served for our country and shit.
Oh,
and my parents were
wow.
like, what? He's like, yeah, it's like this whole thing. And it was like, yeah, it was crazy. And so, yeah, he shipped him to, like, this guy, Gary Woodward's house. And, like, I remember seeing, he would, like, come over and just, like, visit the family sometimes. And he would just be like, oh, yeah, I remember your mom would run around and she'd, like, shit her pants and there'd be shit running all over the floor. And he would be laughing. I'd be like, dude, I would never let some Asian family in my house and shit all over the place.
Why
Like,
did
what
they
the fuck?
shit?
Because they were just
That's
crazy
'cause
Asian people from a fucking village. They're
What?
just like, like the fucking jungle people, basically.
Really?
Basically.
And that's why you're racist.
Basically.
Oh, it's so funny. His mother's like going to a corner. She
Yeah,
didn't know.
they're from a village, like an
Wait,
actual
this
village.
sounds like the
where
story
they're
of Miss
eating
Saigon.
clay out of clay pots and shit. Like actually, like
Damn.
an actual village.
Damn.
Yeah, I have a friend who's she's Laos, and then her
Mine too.
family they were refugees. They went to Thailand as well, and they went somewhere else, like Mien.
Might have been a similar story. They recruited a lot of like just Laotian.
Yeah, and
people.
so when they came to America, they lived in California. They opened a Thai restaurant, and so they made all this Thai food. And I was like, "Oh, are you guys Thai?" She's like, "No."
Yeah, that's what my that's what my parents wanted to do, or like my family wanted to open a
Wanted to Thai restaurant.
Like, they make all Thai food. There's no like Laotian food is just like a fish you catch in a river.
I know. I've never had Laotian
That's
food,
funny.
and I knew a few of them. Like in the Bay Area, there's a small population, but
In Philadelphia, there's like Laotian gangs.
really,
You see on like
Really?
they'll spray paint Laos, and it's
Oh,
like, oh,
damn.
you're real tough, dude.
that's funny. A lot of people went to Thailand.
It's
Thailand's
so
one of the
weird.
place, huh?
Uh-huh.
I found
So that's
out.
why I never went.
Yeah.
Because
No.
like whenever like I was a kid, I was like, oh, I want to go to Thailand, and my family would be like, nah, because it's like basically they're
remember.
traders, you
There's
know.
Sodom and
You know, we're
Gomorrah.
fucking traders, dude. But you know, that's the thing with like nationalism. It's just like, you know, being like, yeah, my country. I can't really get behind it. You just gotta do whatever's right for you, you know. Don't fucking worry about like the fucking country. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
if my grandfather did that, he would have been like, no, fuck it, I'm staying in Laos. I'm not selling out.
And you wouldn't have been
I
born.
would have been eating out of clay pots too. Like,
You can go to
So-
Thailand now, though,
Yeah, I could.
as
of
an
course,
adult
yeah.
man by yourself.
Yeah, and then
I
I'd be
would
like,
go. I don't know.
yeah.
Because
I
you
would
got the
go.
same last name. Or
No, I don't.
No,
you
he's
don't?
white. His
Yeah.
dad's white,
Yeah, so I have a,
Okay.
I
so
have a
he's
white last
Walker.
name.
Okay.
And what's your mom's last name?
Feng Som. That's her maiden name.
Right, like how many Feng Soms are there?
I don't know. That's
You
the
think
thing.
that they're
How
looking
many
for this nigga? Like, are you a Feng Som? We've been waiting for you.
I don't know.
You motherfucker.
No, they wouldn't care.
No. If you have a different name and whatever.
Laos is not a big country.
It's not.
Unless
There's like
we.
10 people
God
there.
bless you for
There's
thinking
like-
they have the resources to fucking look for this guy. No
I
one's
wanna
looking for
go,
him
though.
here.
I would love
Yeah,
to
you should go.
You
I think
know?
you should go. I think we should all go. We should do the
Oh.
podcast there live.
I love Thailand.
I never
I-
been.
So
I know.
gorgeous.
I have a lot of
There.
friends who've been there.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, I knew someone that went, one of my like Asian family members, and he came back and dude, he was like bitten up by like mosquitoes, and he had like welts on
Yeah.
his arms like this big. He's like,
Yeah.
dude, the mosquitoes are like
My
this
roommate
big.
went there. She
The
had
bugs are
she came back
huge.
with a rash. She didn't know what was wrong with her.
Oh,
My friend
see, I
had,
don't
like,
want
this-
rashes.
See,
Don't give
there's
me a
this
fucking rash.
bug in India that if it bites you, if you scratch it, the more you scratch it, the more infected it gets.
Oh, and it
And
melts
until
your
it
skin.
pokes a hole
Ugh.
in your skin. I had a girl, she had a hole in her leg.
That sounds like the recluse here. We have the brown recluse spider,
Yeah,
and it when it bites you, it basically
rots you.
Yeah, it's like acid. It burns through your body, so you have to get it taken care of immediately, or you
Yeah.
get a hole.
No, for this, you're supposed to not eat. You're not itch. You're supposed to not
Scratch?
scratch it for 3 days, and then it goes away. But if you do, you're fucked.
You were gonna say eat it.
Eat it. Don't eat
You're
it.
not supposed to eat the scabs off.
Todd, this is so funny because I found out my grandfather after he died was working with the Israeli,
Like-
government and
Secret Service.
yeah,
Secret
and he
Service.
was actually he assisted to catch Eichmann which was the only execution ever done in Israel,
Oh,
which was
wow.
one of the Nazis. He assisted.
Oh.
Yeah.
What the fuck was he
They
doing there?
found him.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
He was like, rats, they found me.
He hid amongst them. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Were
I don't
you?
know. But the Israelis caught the Nazi, and that's the only
That's
execution.
crazy. There are
Isra-
people
Israel
still
ever
hunting
had.
Nazis.
That is crazy.
They tell you about the guy
I told
met
you
who-
the Jews never forget.
No, but not even just. There's people who are non-Jewish people who hunt Nazis. But did I ever tell you I met this dude that I'm pretty sure is a descendant of a Nazi? So it was right here on it was on Sunset. I was walking like Sunset in La Cienega, and this man in this really nice car, he pulls over and he goes, "Excuse me, can you help me?" He's like, "I'm looking for this hotel," right? So he shows me his
And you're like,
hotel.
"Mm-mm."
No, that's not what. So he shows me the hotel, the name of the hotel on his phone, right? And I was like, "Oh, it's like right there," right? And he was like, "Oh, thank you, you're so nice." And I was like, "Are you German?" Because at the time I had been learning a little German. And he sounded German to me, like just the way he said certain things. And he was like, "Oh, well, my father or something," right? And I was like, "Oh." He's like, "Oh, but I'm from," he's like, "I'm from Argentina or something." Where all those Nazis go? There's a country in South America where all the Nazis went.
Why would
A
they
lot of
go
them
there?
fled there. Yeah, I think it's Argentina. It's either Argentina. It's not Colombia. I think it's Argentina. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Argentina." He's like, "I speak Spanish." Yeah, with a German accent. And he was like talking, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, la 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 la. My grandfather or my father was German or something." And I was like, "He's a fucking Nazi." No, in my mind, I'm like, I'm talking to someone whose grandfather or father was probably a fucking Nazi, because a lot of like high-ranking officers fled to South America. And then there's a town in South America, I think it's in Argentina, where it's all German. In the middle of this Spanish-speaking fucking country with brown people, there's a fucking city where it's nothing but white Germans.
They probably all fuck
And they
each other.
recreated like little Deutschland in the middle of a fucking South American country, and everyone speaks German there.
Damn.
And they all fuck each other. They're all
Well, my
inbred.
grandpa caught one of them. So
There's many more.
We got him.
Never forget.
never forget. I wish I could go to Israel. The ticket is like $2,000. So I'm trying to think of like, because I want to get out a little, like I want to do something. I've got some friends in Mexico. Maybe I'll stop
I
by.
don't even have a passport. I gotta get a passport.
You're
What?
one of those Americans.
I
I've
wanna-
heard about you people.
have a
I don't
passport?
even. I
You
haven't even
are-
been like outside of LA and California.
It's
Yeah,
expensive.
I've heard
oh,
about
besides
it.
Jersey, huh?
I've heard
Yeah.
that many Americans, they don't leave America.
No.
I haven't.
America's comfortable. It's safe.
Yeah, but like to travel.
It's safe.
or
I
something?
No,
watch.
people.
I mean,
Some
I-
people
I watch
don't
too
have it
many
in them.
scary- I watch too many horror movies. I
That
watch
too.
Hostel, and I'm like, I'm
Some
never
people
going
that
to
they don't have it in
Europe.
them. The travel thing.
I'll tell you what. You
There's
know,
people in other countries who don't leave their country either.
after
Yeah,
being
I'd go
in
to like
Hawaii,
Tokyo or something.
after
Hmm?
being in Hawaii,
Tokyo.
I can understand that. I can see why you don't need to get out.
Oh, Hawaii.
Oh my
Hawaii?
god. So
I
good.
like cities. I like I like modern
You
things.
should go to
I
Berlin.
don't like anything like third world or like.
So don't go to
you
Asia.
know. I know, but Thailand has like resorts, like modern
Yeah.
resorts that would be nice to go to.
You know, what's so weird. How did communists? There was like there's like a nice little gap, a few decades gap, where it was like communism kind of swept through Asia.
Yeah.
That's why we had all these weird little wars there.
Yeah.
It was like, where'd the communists come from? How'd they catch the commie bug?
It's mostly just like kings and shit, Kings want to just take control of shit.
Yeah,
And
but a
it's like kings are
monarchy,
just
most of them
like-
were monarchs.
Yeah.
But then where did communism come? Communism is different.
Yeah, it's a little different because you could just be a king and you could just be like, okay, everyone has to share everything. You do this job, you do that job, you do this job,
Yeah, ultimately they have a leader, but
Yeah.
communism is supposed to be under the guise of communal.
Yeah, supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone right yet, but
Yeah, because, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, that wouldn't be that bad to just
The
get a
idea of
job and be like,
communism-
"Oh, all right, I'll do this.
yeah, the idea of it sounds
Yeah.
nice, but the execution
The
of
idea
it is
doesn't
not
sound
good.
nice to me at all.
I don't think so either, because like, what if I work harder than
Yeah.
that person?
But then just don't work as hard.
No, but what if that's some
Nobody's
people
working
naturally more work harder or more
Yeah.
ambitious you know?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I should be
Yeah.
rewarded for my extra ambition. If I'm doing extra hours, I want to get paid for those hours. Why am I getting paid the same
wanna
amount
be
as a
rich.
schmo over here?
I want to be rich.
You know, there's a building in
It's not
front of
even
my
roach.
building that
roach.
looks
Rich.
like it's communist.
Why does it look?
I
like
live
it's
in
communist?
Hollywood, and there's a building because it's like huge. It looks the same. It looks like modern jail cells in a way. Like it's just so big. There's so many bars and balconies. Everything's the same. Looks like communism. I don't know why, but we call it the communist building.
Is it a black building?
No, it's kind of like grayish.
Oh, you know the building, so
I
you-
know someone who used to live there. It's just
Yeah,
because it's big
communist?
and it's easy to make things uniform. You know how it is.
Uh-huh.
And it's they probably did
So
it with the cheapest
depressing.
things
Yeah.
possible, which is usually ugly and gray.
Yeah.
Well, in New Jersey, like in the suburbs, they do like the suburbs. Some of like the suburbs have like the cookie cutter houses where you just drive for
I
fucking
hate those.
miles, and it's the same fucking house.
And
But they're
different
big
shades.
houses. They're like really nice big houses,
Mhm.
but it's the same fucking one right after the other, and it's
Yeah.
like I
They-
feel like I'm in like the Twilight Zone.
Dude, the suburbs here, like they have those little housing communities where it's the same 4 houses. Like
Yeah.
you can choose, and then they're
That
all
guy
the
made
same, like
millions.
5 shades of fucking beige.
Yeah.
Like their homeowners association gives them a palette of like 6 colors, and they can choose one of those 6 colors for their fucking house. And so it's a variation of those 6 colors in those 4 houses. It's
Damn.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're
Like
starting
it
to do
makes
that in
me really
Hollywood.
sad. Like when I go in those neighborhoods, like when I was a kid, I used to be like, "Oh, these are so nice," because I lived in kind of like a little shitty 2-bedroom house. And then now as an adult, I'm like, "This is depressing as fuck."
It's just
Yeah.
not unique. They're starting to do
Not
that in
at all.
LA already. Like, have you ever been to those new like in that like Melrose area, like those?
Oh,
The
those
new
big
houses,
modern
it's
contemporary
like the
homes.
modern houses.
Yeah.
And you've been to if
They
you
all
go to
look the
one,
same.
and
You've
they're
been to
all
all
the
of
same.
them.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're the
It's just
same.
like, why do you want to live in the same house?
They're
as
also
someone
really
else?
cold. Like what I've
I
worked.
mean, they're awesome.
They
It's
look
like,
Yeah.
cool,
it has, like,
but
that
living
front
in them,
part, and then the pool, and then it has like that back part behind the pool.
I wouldn't mind
usually.
living in one, but
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't mind.
I've worked in a few of them, and they're fucking.
They're cool.
They're not. For me personally, I like wood. So I like houses made out of wood. Like,
Yeah.
And
because
get
wood.
termites and get have to fucking
No,
bug
you
your house.
treat the
all this
wood.
shit.
You treat you treat your house, but no, wood is warm, and those modern houses are made out of cement.
yeah. In Israel,
Mostly-
everything is made of cement because you have to build things to be also bomb proof.
But cement
Bomb?
is cold.
Bomb proof. Yeah, bomb proof. Every house by law has to have like a either in the house or in the building a bomb shelter. So let's say my
What?
my bedroom at my mama house is actually also
This is my
bomb
17th
bomb
time
proof.
hearing this.
is bomb proof.
Who's the hell's gonna bomb you?
The
Sometimes
Palestinians.
the
Oh, the
bomb.
Palestinians.
Yeah, they kind of
Everyone.
bomb.
Oh my
It's a whole
God.
thing. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Actually, the first time I think I saw a comedian was in a bomb shelter.
Nice. Bomb
Well,
shelter, Mike.
I
That
mean,
used to be
back
a real
in the
mic.
day, America was like that. There's a bunch of like bomb shelters like from the 50s because they thought fucking Russia was gonna bomb us.
Yeah, the
anyway.
commies.
Yeah, but you had like it was
Fucking commies.
it was a thing of the
Mhm.
culture. Like when we were 15, we used to go smoke hookah at the bomb shelter. Like your
Smoke
first
hookah
kiss would be at the bomb shelter. Like all
Yeah.
these things.
They're in the Middle East.
at the bomb shelter.
The bomb shelter.
It's bomb.
My first time making out with my first boyfriend in the bomb shelter.
Was
What
it
what
bomb?
music was playing?
There was no music at all.
I know. That's.
Oh, you know
There was
what?
a guy
Maybe
banging on
There
a
was
bucket.
there
music.
was because there wasn't even phones. Because back in the day, music was a thing. You have to bring your tape recorder
Yeah.
and put like a cassette. The whole
Yeah.
thing just ridiculous.
Oh, so you didn't do it?
It's funny.
I don't
Yeah.
like music.
You know what I mean? You
don't
put
like
a cassette
music.
like
You
he
gotta
Not
play
when
that
I'm
music.
fucking-
he
You gotta
didn't
set that
think he was
tone.
gonna make out with me. You know what I
No,
mean?
I
He
don't
was
like it.
15 years, 16 years old, so he didn't have game yet. When you put up you now
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah,
put
now
up
you
some
know.
music before you have a girl over. You
You
know
have
you got
game?
game, but at 16, man, I don't know. I don't think he.
I don't do that.
I think I surprised him. Is what I think.
That's what I
I like
tell
the
them.
music.
I say I'm a Protestant in the streets and a Catholic in the sheets. Hey-o,
Yeah.
quiet.
We made out, and then smoked some hookah in a bomb shelter. is what we
Church
did.
mouse. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Um,
they had carpets in the bomb shelter.
Well, you got to. It's fucking cement.
Welcome to my bomb shelter.
Cement will fuck you up.
Welcome to my bomb shelter. Shelter. That's what this podcast should have been called, the bomb shelter.
Hey, that's a good idea.
No.
She doesn't want to change the name.
Well, first of all,
Instagram
bomb
won't
shelter.
promote
That I don't relate to that at all.
How would people-
I didn't grow up in a bomb shelter. Like, what the fuck?
Welcome to the bomb shelter. We just make out here and shit with no music. We just make out with no sound going
That
on.
actually, I would like that. I prefer
It's just-
that.
It's just a quiet room and
That sounds like my kind of party.
Welcome to the bomb shelter.
Ew, how do you make out? Ew. That's how you kiss?
No,
Todd?
this is how I
No
dance.
wonder you're alone. Ew.
You should know that I'm actually very popular amongst the African American community.
What are you talking about?
I can dance.
I was talking about Todd. I wasn't even talking
I
about you.
thought you said I can't dance.
No, I didn't say
I
that.
thought you can't dance. You can't make up. I was like, bitch, I'm very popular amongst
I'm
your
talking
community.
about Todd. He's going like this.
Oh,
That
okay.
was the noise of the bomb shelter that night.
oh.
Ew, that's so gross.
No TV on.
And it said, that's how you kiss? No wonder you're alone.
Oh, I thought she said that's how you dance. No wonder you're alone. I was like, bitch, I've been doing good.
No, I like how she's like, I have you
But
know
they
I'm
good.
actually quite popular in the African American community.
They know about me, okay?
I wouldn't know.
They
I'm not
know.
in it, right? I'm not in it.
This is deteriorating from moment to moment.
This is not deteriorating at
Yeesh.
all. This is fucking amazing.
Okay,
This
would
is
you
a bomb.
Okay, would you guys like to see my bomb shelter dance again?
Yeah, I see the bomb shelter.
Okay, but
dance.
can you do the rap or whatever the
Okay.
fuck? Okay.
Ew, that sounds
Okay,
like a
let's do it.
rat.
1, 2, 3.
Bomb shelter, bomb, bomb, bomb shelter, biggity, biggity, bomb, 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 bomb.
All right,
Shelter.
that was
Boom.
cool.
I wish I
That's a
could
clip.
drop the mic, but I have
That's
to
the
pay
clip.
for it.
That's also a hit. Okay.
That's the clip.
We're about to be SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, SoundClouds don't even approve us.
Yes, they do.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah,
Find
they-
us on SoundCloud, guys.
I mean, that would be a different. That would be a different
Everything
sound.
we've done is on SoundCloud. SoundCloud's the shit.
I like SoundCloud. It's the shit.
It's aight.
It's
It's not the best.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, but they take everything. They take anything, and
Yeah.
that's us.
I told you about Batel, the bomb shelter whore.
But also, yes, but
Okay.
also Google.
The bomb shelter whore.
There was a
Yeah.
bomb shelter whore.
You can tell him. I'll
Okay.
just tune out.
All right. It's
We're-
fine. I don't
we-
have to say again.
No, but we need to wrap
No,
up soon.
yeah.
But
Wrap up
yeah,
soon.
I know.
There was a girl named Batel, and it was rumored that she would put out to dudes in bomb
At
shelters.
any bomb shelter.
At just bomb shelters, so we call her Batel, the bomb shelter whore. And one
Oh.
time, my girlfriend Maya, she caught her boyfriend. Well, he told her that he slept with Batel, the bomb shelter whore. So we went looking for her. And
What's she doing now?
I don't know.
Chilling?
I don't know.
He's looking for a
You
half
don't
white,
know?
half
I don't
Thai
know.
guy and fucking from Jersey. I mean Laos.
Yeah, I'll show you a bomb shelter.
Okay. This was
All right.
great.
Yeah,
This great.
that
I
was
haven't
very
said
good.
Israel once, I feel.
Yes, you
No.
did. You said in Israel
Ooh.
we have bomb shelters, and then you proceeded to tell a whole story about how fucking you made out in the bomb shelter and how you had to have a tape recorder in Israel in the 90s. All right,
You know
guys-
when my tape recorder, the thing about the tape recorder
Tape recorder
is
in the
that
90s.
when you tape, I used to like, I used to sit by the TV in front of MTV and like wait for my favorite song to come up, and then when it come up, I used to like run and go and like put it next to the thing, and I
Yeah, we did
record
that
it.
too.
Shut the fuck up!
And I have entire songs that have my father yelling at me to come eat, and like in the middle of the songs, it's like, "Can you pay my bills?" Oh, like it was like so.
Can you pay my bill?
My entire song, like now when I hear those songs
That's what you're recording?
retrospectively,
What
I'm
are
like,
you doing in the bomb shelter?
where is my
Why do you
father?
sound Asian?
Or stop making
I'm
up.
trying to do old Jewish.
Or
sounded like a
Oh, what are you doing in the bomb shelter? Get out of there!
stop making out in the bomb shelter. Or should I say,
No,
or
that's an Ashkenazi Jew you did.
my father is amazing.
That's
Ma-
not how
a very
Sephardic
patient
Jew
man, a
sounds.
very patient man.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
All right,
this
Todd.
was great.
This
Yeah,
was fun.
thank
Are
you
you
for having
happy
me on.
I seduced you?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Seduced.
When is this thing gonna be out?
Who knows?
Oh,
So
no,
you,
good ass.
where can people find
We're not
you,
the most
Toddy?
functioning podcast.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on T Walker 732 on all platforms.
I think I manipulated you more than
732. What's that number?
That's the Jersey Shore area code.
Oh wow, he keeps Jersey strong. He's Jersey strong.
Jersey Shore, we represent. We don't pump our gas. We pump our fists. Got it?
No.
It's true. It's illegal
What
to
is-
pump your own gas in New Jersey,
is.
in the state of New
Oh.
Jersey.
Oh, really?
See?
Yeah, I went there
It's
once.
a Jersey thing.
I went there once.
I love Jersey.
It's under the guise
It's
of
honestly-
fake job creation.
It
Uh,
is. No, it actually is a great. It actually is great. Imagine not having to get out your car to.
I
Yeah,
love it.
that's
That's how
cool.
Israel is. You
but don't you have to tip them?
No.
I was so
That's
surprised.
You just go
terrible.
20 regular. And he
I
goes,
was so
"Aight."
surprised when I came here because I was like, "This is America. They pump their own gas. What is this?"
Yeah, it's lame as fuck, honestly. When I first moved out here,
Well,
I
it
just,
didn't used to
I
be
just
that
drove
way.
up to a gas station.
You
I
just
sat in
sat
my
there?
car, just waited. It's like, where the fuck is this guy?
What a dumb fuck. It says self-serve on the side.
Who the fuck is this
It
asshole?
does. No, I think it used to be that way, but to cut costs, they stopped. They start doing self-serve.
It's a great
like
way.
everywhere in the country, people would pump your gas, but they-
So many kids in Jersey, that was like their first
First
job,
job,
and
that's
it's a
nice.
good, you know. it's a
my
good thing
first
for
job was
kids.
working at an amusement park.
I was working in an Italian restaurant.
I know you told me. Tell us before we leave real quick. Tell the story of the lady with the milk. Tell the milk lady story, please.
All right, I'll leave your viewers off with this. All right, so when I was about 14 years old, I was working at a place called Cafe Napoli. It was it was run by Luciano. Forgetting his last name.
Doesn't matter.
Don't matter. But it was run by Luciano. And I was a busboy there. And this old lady's like, "Oh, can I get some tea, please?" I said, "Oh, sure, I'll get you a tea." So I went, got her a tea. And she goes, "Oh, actually, can I get some cream as well?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get you some cream." And I went into the little mini fridge we have where the cream is. And sometimes we just have, like, creams from when people poured it in the little thing. And they just didn't use it all, so we just put it back in the fridge. So I just pulled out one of those. I gave it to her. And she's drinking her tea, and I walk back. She's like, "Oh, this tea tastes kind of fishy." So that's kind of weird for tea to be fishy, but all right. And then about like 30 minutes later, I walk by her and she just goes, and pukes all over herself. And she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, I don't know why I did that." And I was like, "Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine." And then, so she got up and we had to like clean up her puke. She was like so embarrassed, this sweet old lady. And when I'm cleaning up the table, I look in the little creamer thing and it was just moldy cream. And I went, "Uh-oh." And I put it out. And I
Never have Todd wait in your restaurant.
and you know, I think about that at least once a month. And I'm like, "Oh shit. What the fuck? Why did I do that?" That fucking poor Our Lady.
So fucked. But that's kind of on her because when it tasted like fish,
Yeah.
she should have
Stop
stopped.
drinking the tea.
Kept drinking it.
She's like, "It tastes fishy, but it's all right, I
I
guess."
like fish. She's like, I like a little bit.
Maybe it's my pasta.
She's like, I did take some fish oil pills earlier. Maybe it's just.
And it was like,
Christ.
"God."
Ah,
And she was so sad. She was so embarrassed.
ah,
Her husband was
jeez.
like, "Oh, it's okay, Meredith. It's okay." And she's like, "I don't know why I did that."
Todd does.
And I was like, "Yeesh." Didn't get in trouble for it though. I threw the cream right out immediately.
Well, now Meredith knows. Maybe she's gonna
Meredith's
walk.
probably dead.
Yeah.
He said he was poisoned.
She was poisoned. She was just like, "Oh." I know. I feel bad about
Poor
that.
old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, she'll never order milk in a restaurant
Never
again.
again. Ruined it for the rest of her whatever meaning of
Ever
year
since
she
I
had.
went to Jalopy, man.
That's so funny. That I think you told me that story because I said something
She's
about like
crying, by the way.
I said something about like I would never order milk at a bar. Like people who order bar milk, I'm like, you're taking your
Yeah.
fucking life in your hands.
I don't do that shit either.
Because someone like Todd could be back there.
I'm not gonna check every milk. I'm not gonna go,
You fucking
I just
dummy.
grabbed it.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
You can follow us at Fuck
Fuck
That
That
Podcast
Podcast
on
on
Instagram.
Instagram.
You can follow me at Jihan.Sabir on Instagram.
And you can follow me. Just type or space mash.
No,
on
give them your
Instagram.
handle, please.
It's I'm or mash. But if they type or space mash,
Yes,
I
but
come
you have-
out. I
that-
come out.
I put the handle up in post, so I
Okay.
can't I can't
I'm-
write the whole
okay.
instructions.
Fine. Follow me at I'm or mash.
Yes, I'm or mash.
I was a
Thank
little
you so
louder.
much to Todd. What was your handle again?
T Walker 732, representing the Jersey Shore.
All right. That's right.
That's a
Thank
long.
you for having me.
That's
No,
a
it's
long
T
handle.
He's Jersey
Walker.
strong.
T Walker
7.
is what? 7 letters?
We're not counting. All right. Thank you guys
Bye,
so
guys.
much. Bye.
Thank you.